The day Earth brewed back Tuesdays and toasted mail. May 27th, 2025 began like any other modern Tuesday, which is to say, millions of people across the U.S. were waking up confused, groggy, and vaguely disappointed that their dreams hadn't included a tropical beach or quitting their jobs in spectacular fashion. The world spun in its usual chaos. Political pundits screamed on morning TV. Someone in rural Wisconsin accidentally microwaved a fork, again, and the East Coast experienced its weekly existential crisis over whether oat milk was a real thing or just a sophisticated con. In a cozy suburb outside Cleveland, a middle-aged dad named Barry was buttering a piece of what he thought was sourdough. It turned out to be a water bill, folded neatly and left on the counter by his sleep-deprived teenage son, who had taken to unpapering the mail like it was a new art form. Barry stared at the blackened envelope, shrugged, and bit in. Across the street, Chandra, coffee addict, mother of three, and part-time conspiracy theorist, stood on her front porch sipping from a mug that read, "This might be wine." She squinted up at the sky. Something was off. Not the birds, which were normal, nor the weather, sunny with a chance of sunburn. No, it was the cloud, a massive metallic shimmer, round and rotating, like someone had dropped a chrome dinner plate from orbit. "Kids," she called, "get your butts out here. I think we've got company." Meet the Zorblonians. It wasn't long before every television, phone screen, tablet, and electric billboard flickered, fizzled, and then synchronized to a single broadcast. A being appeared, hovering regally in the air, if regally meant resembling an overinflated marshmallow wearing a monocle and a floating top hat. Their skin shimmered with the colors of a melting popsicle bun. Dozens of gelatinous tentacles undulated beneath them in an unsettlingly rhythmic fashion. "People of Earth," it began in perfect Midwestern English, "we are the Zorblonians. Hailing from the intellectually superior world of Sprinkletron Prime, we have come to observe your civilization, and possibly colonize it if y'all seem dumb enough." The leader, Supreme Commander Glorf Zizzlelorp, gave a polite squish as a translator chip slipped into place, auto-tuning his voice into that of a smug NPR host. "We analyzed your social media feeds, studied your economics, politics, educational systems, and, most critically, your YouTube comments. Our conclusion? Your planet is underachieving, over-caffeinated, and dangerously fixated on cats." A collective gasp rose from humanity. "Therefore," Glorf continued, "we're initiating Operation Sprinkletron Express. We will repurpose your infrastructure for cosmic shipping lanes, reassign your oceans as spaceport coolant reservoirs, and convert your national parks into top-tier leisure spas for our royal slime mothers." He paused dramatically. Effective immediately. Pancake bombs and PowerPoint. The Zorblonian assault began in what they considered a strategic, psychologically disorienting fashion, by dropping pancake-shaped glitter bombs that exploded in Technicolor displays while emitting the chorus of ABBA's Dancing Queen on loop. "Psychological warfare through disco and breakfast," Glorf declared proudly, presenting a holographic PowerPoint to his second-in-command, Dr. Quicks Bloop Splat, who was busy trying to understand why humans voluntarily put pineapple on pizza. The pancake bombs weren't actually dangerous, but they were aggressively confusing. They flattened parked cars in Kansas City and covered highways in syrupy residue that created the slipperiest road conditions since that time Pennsylvania forgot how to salt the interstate. But what truly terrified the aliens was the human response. When Java becomes justice. While governments scrambled and diplomats drafted impassioned pleas to please not reassign Niagara Falls as an alien foot spa, a far more effective resistance emerged. Grassroots and highly caffeinated. It started with Carl Latte Lad Thompson, a 23-year-old barista from Boulder, who, while hiding in his coffee shop's stockroom, discovered that concentrated espresso shots could actually short-circuit the targeting systems on the smaller drone ships. "Bro, I just launched a double ristretto and fried that saucer like a Pop-Tart," he tweeted. Caffeinated rebellion was born. Within hours, DIY espresso weaponization guides flooded TikTok, Reddit, and a Reddit-TikTok hybrid site called TikDit that no one took seriously until now. In Portland, engineers repurposed coffee machines into steam-powered railguns, firing frozen Frappuccino cubes. In Tampa, retirees weaponized percolators into timed pressure mines that turned invading landers into chrome craters. In Detroit, high school robotics teams modified drones to deliver caramel macchiato payloads with surgical precision. By day 3 of the invasion, Starbucks, Dunkin', Pete's, and even that weird local cafe with the goth barista united into one mega movement, Coffee Force One. Their slogan, brew first, ask questions later. The human algorithm. Dr. Quick's bloop splat was losing tentacles over the data. "I don't understand," he gurgled, frantically typing into his galactic research tablet. "Every time we adapt, they out-invent us. They built a flamethrower from a cappuccino machine. They made Wi-Fi jamming espresso foam." Even their AI systems were baffled. One alien supercomputer simply exploded after being fed contradictory human data from YouTube, Reddit, and Facebook simultaneously. It left behind a single note that read, "I can't even." Glorf stared at the chaos. Earth's cities now pulsed with organized rebellion. Foam barricades, cafe strongholds, espresso railguns guarding freeways. They were so disorganized," he murmured. "They were arguing about Taylor Swift when we landed." The Boise Incident. The final straw came in Boise, Idaho. A group of moms calling themselves the Java Justice League launched an experimental brew so strong it created a local time dilation field. For 36 seconds, everything within a half-mile radius existed in a state of hyper-consciousness. Alien invaders reported visions of infinite parallel coffee shops, all filled with humans debating tipping culture and oat milk prices. One Zorblonian scout screamed, "They're everywhere!" and self-ejected into orbit. Boise became a holy site. The surrender, on May 31st, 2025, a battered and jittering Supreme Commander Glorf emerged from his flagship under a white flag made from linen napkins stolen from a New York bistro. "We surrender," he declared, visibly trembling. We underestimated the power of your brew logic." He handed over control to the Unified Human Barista Council, offering a trade agreement of technology and memes in exchange for asylum and steady caffeine access. As a gesture of goodwill, Commander Glorf allowed himself to be publicly baptized in an enormous vat of Americano. He emerged reborn, proclaiming, "This bitter bean is the essence of your strength. I see now." Earth's finest hour. Post-war Earth boomed. Humanity entered its greatest age of unity, not because of world governments or peace treaties, but because everyone had finally agreed on something. Coffee is life. Zorblonians became beloved neighborhood baristas. Sprinkletron Prime established the first intergalactic coffee summit. Humanity launched cafe ships into orbit, coffee carts in space, serving Martian cold brew and Saturn macchiatos. The United Nations renamed the day May 27th as Planetary Brew Day, a day to drink, to celebrate, and to remember the day Earth brewed back. United. We stand, brewed, we rise now, every Tuesday. People smile a little wider. Even Jeff, who still occasionally toasts mail, gets it right more often than not. cafes buzz with chatter, not just about who's dating who or what's streaming next, but about the great latte war and how close we came to losing Earth, if not for our ability to turn hot beans into hot justice. We didn't win with violence. We won with creativity, memes, and a never-ending supply of caffeine. In the words of Glorf Zizzle Lorp, now an Instagram influencer and part-time barista in a Brooklyn cafe, there are 4,000 languages in the galaxy, but the only one that matters is espresso.